Okay, so here is our Lab 17. I'm going to walk you through in a few different videos on how to get and gather the different information and data. The first one is mostly based off of you. You have to find different places that you'd like to live based off of the different conditions. So our first one is Rome, New York. We all live here, and we're going to explore all these different climate variables. So we're going to actually put numbers to how do we feel about Rome, New York's weather. The sunlight, the amount of sunlight, the strength of sunlight, the temperatures, the amount of precipitation, and different climate variables. Okay, so Rome is the baseline. We will gather all of the Rome data together, and there's a lot of links on here that different videos will walk through. You click on these tabs on the bottom, and each tab, location A, is going to have some sort of variable. So this one is the conditions are the same latitude or similar latitude on the east coast near the ocean. Snoqualmie is a place that we're going to explore. Location B, you can see up over here, there's different conditions: close to water, far from water, in the mountains, at the bottom of mountains. All these different conditions that you click on the different locations, it tells you right over here how you can, what you can narrow it down to, and you have to pick somewhere that you would consider moving that fits those characteristics, okay? Now, when we go back to Rome, Rome is the one that has all of the links that we'll use. You click on the Google Earth link, which is going to open up the lab, and I've already pre-opened it up because it takes a few minutes. Now, I turned on some of the labels, which I recommend that you do because it makes it easier to look at Google Earth and understand where you are and which latitudes and longitudes fit the characteristics for the different location. So to turn on your map labels is going to be over here, Map Style, and I have the Exploration tab. It automatically opens up in the Clean tab. You can do the Everything tab too, or the Custom, but the Exploration lab or Exploration tab is what you'll see me using, but you can use whichever one you want. Okay, and now when you come to the lab, Rome is what we're basing it off of, so that's a place mark on here. You can see a nice picture of Rome that I put there for you. That's Lake Delta, and it's got some of our information. So I've typed in some things here that help you know what you're looking for. Okay, so when we're saying similar latitude to Rome, there's Rome's latitude. Here's Rome's longitude. The elevation is about 450 feet above sea level, and there's a decent amount of water around us. So when we're looking for more water or less water, you can see that Rome is, very scientific here. It's green. So there's a lot of vegetation, there's a decent amount of water, there's lakes, there's rivers. Okay, for the first location that you're going to try to pick, if you click on location A, you can see that we're on the coast. Okay, so the conditions down here, same latitude on or near the Atlantic Ocean. And if you close this tab, I've put a little shape here that will kind of narrow down to where you're supposed to be looking. When I could do a shape, I did. Some of them are much bigger parameters, and you can pick somewhere all over the earth, and I didn't put shapes for those. But for the first one we're going to compare is if you stay pretty similar in latitude, but you go on the ocean. Okay, Snoqualmie, and we click over here. This is near Seattle, which is in Washington. Okay, so we're going to get the information for Snoqualmie, just so you know where it is. And then further from water, on the leeward side of the mountain, from Snoqualmie, you'll see somewhere in this area if you were to pick. Okay, so you can pick somewhere to live out west that's more in the mountains, more places that you probably have not heard of for this location B, but that would be what you pick there. For location C, anywhere in North America, but further north or south, so similar to Rome in elevation, vegetation, proximity to water. So basically, for this one, if you zoom in, we're looking somewhere on the East Coast, similar, you're just going further north or south, so somewhere roughly anywhere down into here, not too close to the water like location A was, but just somewhere if you say I'm going to move south and you move somewhere towards the south and you're not right on the coast. Location D is near the equator, so that's anywhere that's the equator is that midline on Earth, anywhere north or south about 5 degrees. So basically there's going to be some weather patterns that happen close to the equator that we're going to explore. And so if you decided you want to live somewhere near the equator in the tropics, there's places, it's not just in Africa. You could pick anywhere on Earth. You can find an island. You can just basically try to explore any of these places that are near the equator, okay? You can pick somewhere if you decided that you might want to do that, okay? South America has places, so anywhere near the equator, pretty close. And then Southern Hemisphere, there's nowhere that I could highlight just for this, but anywhere on or south of the Tropic of Capricorn. So basically from Tropic of Capricorn is 23.5, from 20 degrees south or further south in the Southern Hemisphere, anywhere that you choose to live. Maybe not Antarctica, but anywhere in the Southern Hemisphere south of the Tropic of Capricorn. Location G is a desert. Okay, so you could go anywhere in the world with the desert, but I just highlighted in North America. If you decided you wanted to move out west into the desert area, there's a wide range of desert in North America. That's just one suggestion that you could go. Anywhere in the world, though, that's a desert, you could pick. Okay, and then let's see, there was the student pick. So you will pick a place that you might want to go to. Okay, you're going to have to figure out what factor is this. What's different about this location? Is it elevation? Is it water? Like what's going on with this place? This is going to be different for everyone. So there's nowhere that I could show you on Google Earth for that, but you'll pick somewhere on the globe that you might want to move. Obviously, if you don't have any suggestions, you've heard me say a few times, I think Hawaii is the cat's pajamas. So that would be cool to explore. And there's a lot of different, there's actually multiple things on Hawaii. We can make a whole lab on it, where if you're on the east versus west coasts, you can see that the weather is significantly different over here versus over here just by looking at the vegetation. So anywhere in the world that you might consider moving to, doesn't have to be Hawaii, just one suggestion, but you can pick. And so we're going to spend a couple days trying to narrow down the places, just the locations that that you might want to move to that fit these categories, and we're going to start to make some claims together and investigate the different weather variables.